Because Wiley has everyone here for a purpose. So he introduced me as Dr. D, and indeed, that's who I am. I tell most people just call me Damon. That's how I identify myself, right? And so in 2002, actually it wasn't 2000, in 2004, I was in my living room at the time. It was a trip because I grew up in Baltimore City. I grew up in Lexington Terrace, if you are familiar with Baltimore City. Lexington Terrace is the projects in Baltimore. It's where, you know, they had high rises, 14-story buildings, and you had the low rise and everything. And so this was my reality. You know, I saw people hustling on the corner. I remember the first time I saw, you know, somebody lying dead in the street because somebody else walked up to them and blew their brains out. I can recall standing on the bus stop when gunshots rang out, right? And everybody takes off running. Now, I have two brothers. I'm the oldest of three. Everybody takes off running. I run in one direction and my two brothers run in the other direction. What's up with that, right? They're my younger brothers, but they chose to run in a different direction than I ran in. Wow, right? But that was an experience we had. That's the type of environment we grew up in, that gunshots can ring out at any time and your life is on the line. And so one of the things I like to share with people is that you can grow up in the same household and make completely different decisions about your life. I grew up in a two-parent household. My dad and my mom were there. My dad wasn't always there, but he played a significant role in my life. There was a point in time where he wasn't there because he was living his life. He was doing what he had to do. He was out making his money. He was in the drug game for a little bit, but it was still a two-parent household, right? So here I am. It's three of us, three boys. My mom, she's doing her best to raise us, and she's taking us to church every Sunday. And of course, we come home and we see our people on the block, you know, and growing in that environment, you look to the people on the block because you see them with things you want. You see them with the big car, you see them with the nice clothes, you see them with the nice shoes. And so you think, okay, if that's what I want, then maybe I need to do what they're doing to get there, right? And so I say all that to say, you can be growing up in the same household with the same parents and make completely different decisions. Three brothers, I'm the oldest. I chose to go into medicine. My middle brother, he's always been a musician from the earliest moments I can remember. He was on the drum machine or playing on the, what do you call things, Brian? The little box before you get the drum board or something. Drum pad. And he was the first to get a stereo in our house because he wanted to turn, you know, the record player on top so he could scratch and all of that, right? And he was the first to get turntables, and he became a DJ, and he stuck with music, and he's performed all over the U.S., and right now he's in L.A. getting ready for the Grammys. Right? And then my youngest brother, the youngest of three, he was the most athletic and gifted of all three of us. I played ball growing up. I didn't get a scholarship to play, but I did go to school on scholarship, but it wasn't for ball. But my youngest brother, he was the most athletically gifted of all three of us. He played football and basketball, won a city, state, high school championship, going to Southwestern High School back in, I think it was 98. And he had scholarship, he was a McDonald's All-American. He had scholarships to play ball at Georgetown, and he had the opportunity to play football at a couple places. And so he had many opportunities on the table, but because of some decisions he made, all those opportunities